What's up, guys? Jake Roll coming back at you with another video, and today we are doing the Week 1 NFL Power Rankings. This video will get just out before the Bucks Cowboys game tonight, so don't forget to click that subscribe button to subscribe for more great content. Let's hop in this. This should be a fun video. I've changed my rankings a lot since the last time. I just changed them a few minutes ago because I originally had this video planned for 3 weeks ago, but I never got it out. So that was really frustrating. But here are the official Week 1 power rankings. Coming in at 32, previously 32nd, was the Houston Texans. Watson isn't playing Week 1. Tyrod Taylor, I personally don't think is that bad. He really wasn't too bad with the Browns. Last season with the Chargers, he won them a game. He took the Bills to the playoffs a few years ago. But just the entire teams around him there were better than this team in the Houston Texans. At 31, I have the Detroit Lions, one of the worst receiving cores. This receiving core is just terrible. I think Detroit should feast on these Lions Week 1. They're really not going to be good this season. At 30, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer doesn't look like a qualified head coach right now. The O-line, Lawrence is getting killed. I think that the Jags are going to have a rough season as they've moved down a few spots on the rankings. At 29, I have the Eagles. Jalen Hurts is going to have his hands full. He literally only has one weapon offensively, and hopefully Devontae Smith can carry that team. No receivers outside of that. I think the O-line will be better this season, but the defense still shouldn't be too good. At number 28, I have the Atlanta Falcons, who moved up one spot due to the Jags' fall. I really think that the Falcons are going to put up some points offensively. You're always going to do that with Matt Ryan. Calvin Ridley's really good. They drafted Kyle Pitts, who will just make their offense so much better. Mike Davis, I also think, is primed for a breakout year, but just their defense is very bad. And then this might be a surprise to some, as I have the Jets at 27, which is fairly high considering what the Jets did last season. But I think they will put up some points offensively. Zach Wilson looked pretty good in preseason. Let's see what we can do in the regular season. Already has some chemistry with Corey Davis, it seems. At 26, I have the Bengals. They were previously ranked 26. The O-line isn't that good. Burrows looked a little bit hesitant just because he just suffered a knee injury. But I think that things should start clicking. I really don't love their defense, though. At 25 is the Bears. It's just that they're starting Andy Dalton and not Justin Fields. They would be a few spots higher on this list if it were not for Andy Dalton starting. The Rams are my survivor pick Week 1. I think that the Bears will not do too good this week, or for the first few weeks of the season until they put in Fields. At 24, I have the Giants. Same deal with the Bears. I think that Daniel Jones isn't going to be that good. And looking at their O-line right now, the Giants are really going to struggle. Daniel Jones has not that much time to throw, and he's going to have some turnovers. I do like the defense, though. Broncos and Giants, I feel like, are in about the same boat. They're playing Week 1, Broncos, Giants, so we'll see which team is better. I have the Broncos slightly higher just because Daniel Jones is more of a game throwawayer. Teddy Bridgewater is more of a game manager. I think that they're both very similar, both very top 10 defenses, both suspect quarterback play, and good offenses around them. At 22, I have the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders dismantled their O-line this offseason and didn't really fix their defense. I think that they're a sleeper pick to beat the Ravens this week. They're always going to put up points with Derek Carr and John Gruden. Josh Jacobs, I think that Waller is going to have a big game. Speaking of the Ravens, I'll talk about the Ravens later. Yeah, I really just don't love the Raiders D or O-line. Panthers at 21, I think their offense is going to light up the scoreboard. I'm really not so sure about their defense. I think their defense has in place. This is still a rebuilding year in Carolina. If they could get some great linebackers, safeties next year, I think the Panthers will make the playoffs for sure. At number 20, I have the Dallas Cowboys. Play today. Their defense is the issue. They have no issues offensively. Zeke was arguably the best running back in the NFL before last season. Dak shouldn't miss a beat. Shoulder injury, I don't really think it's that severe. Probably the best receiver trio. I'm going to give it to Bucks. Second best receiver trio. O-line, more healthy. Zach Martin won't play, though, so it's not exactly that healthy. But I really don't like the defense. And it's kind of the same with the Minnesota Vikings. I like their defense slightly more with the return of Danielle Hunter. Eric Kendricks, Anthony Barr also missed some time last season. They're coming back. I like their defense slightly more than the Cowboys. Their offense, though, it's going to be clicking on all cylinders. It's an easily top 10 offense. At 18, we have the Washington football team. And they would be a top 10 team if it weren't for their quarterback situation. Their O-line doesn't look all that good. But O-line and quarterback, if they can get those fixed, Washington will emerge as a Super Bowl contender. I can't wait to see what's in store. If it's Magic, we'll have a big game week 1, probably. 17, I have the Saints. It sucks that they're not going to be able to play at home for like the first few weeks of the season. So that might take a toll on them. Jameis, Marquez Callaway had great chemistry in the preseason. But only time will tell if they're actually going to produce and when it matters. At 16, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do I have to say? I really don't love their offense, but I think their defense will be still be very good. They just gave T.J. Watt the biggest defensive player contract in the NFL right now. So yeah, T.J. Watt will play. And, the Steelers, I really don't think are going to be too bad. They will compete for a playoff spot. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. At 15 are the Indianapolis Colts. Their offense concerns me, but I just love that defense, man. I do like their offense probably better than the Steelers. I like their run game has been, like, a little bit more established. Wentz has lost some valuable offseason time dealing with that foot injury. But he's good to go week 1. I don't really know about the health of the O-line. It's been the strength of the team, but without potentially Eric Fisher and Quentin Nelson playing, I don't know how good the Colts O-line will be. 14, we have the Cardinals. Defense is probably the issue here. I really love their offense. Kyler is in store for an MVP-like season, in my opinion. Let's see what the Cardinals produce this season with D-Hop. They also signed A.J. Green, who's a really underrated signing. If someone told you 5 years ago that D-Hop and A.J. Green were on the same team, they would go nuts. 13 is the Chargers. I also think that they're a sleeper team this season. People aren't putting that much hype on them, but I think they will be great. Herbert, top 10 quarterback already. Eckler, probably like 10th best running back. Keenan Allen's a top 10 receiver. Mike Williams has great hands, just hasn't really lived up to the hype. Their O-line has been fixed. Herbert will have time. The return of Derwin James. Joey Bosa is going to be great with Brandon Staley. The Chargers have a better qualified coach now. Hopefully they won't blow as many leads, and they will make the postseason. At 12 is the Miami Dolphins. The really concern here is how much Tua will progress. I don't love the O-line and running game, but they went out and got Tua some weapons. Gesicki's already there. Devontae Parker's already there. They drafted Jalen Waddle, who's a great receiver, really fast. They signed Will Fuller's really fast to a 1-year deal. He will not play week 1 due to suspension, but he will be good for the rest of the season. The Dolphins' defense really underrated, but I have them slightly lower than the Patriots. I think the Patriots' defense is slightly better. Just system slightly better, I guess. I really love both coaches as Brian Flores comes from the Patriots system. I think they're really similar teams. I just have the Patriots slightly higher as they did release Cam Newton, and Mac Jones is now the starter, and he's saying that he is very good, and he said that he deserved to win, and he wasn't surprised that Cam got released. At number 10 is the San Francisco 49ers. They actually dealt with injuries last season and will be much healthier this season. Nick Bosa coming back, the entire team coming back, and once the team decides to pull the lever with Trey Lance, they will light it up. They'll be solid with Jimmy G. They won't be bad, but they will just start lighting things up once Trey Lance comes in. At 9, I have the Seahawks. Really, main issue with them is their defense. Wilson will always light up the first part of the season. Just I'm so worried about their defense, their corners especially. At 8, I have the Tennessee Titans, and they're very similar to the Seahawks. I really just worry about their defense. I like their offense a little bit more than there's the thought of Tannehill, King, AJ Brown, and Julio on the same team is still mind-boggling. Their offensive line isn't bad, really. The Titans are gonna have another great season, and I'm probably gonna say they're gonna win the AFC South. At 7 is the LA Rams, and the big storyline of the offseason was the trade for Matthew Stafford. Makes their offense so much better. Sean McVay was so limited with Jared Goff, and now he can just light things up because he has Matthew Stafford. The Rams are in store for a big year. At 6, I have the Ravens. Lower than my Browns, and people are going to hate that. The Ravens, today, Gus Edwards is now injured, and Marcus Peters are both potentially injured for the year. The Ravens have dealt with so many injuries. Lamar had COVID. Dobbins, Edwards, Justice Hill, their top 3 running backs are all done for the season. Their receivers did that with health issues. Rashad Bateman's already on IR. I believe Sammy Watkins and Marquise Brown have also dealt with injuries. Marcus Peters, their second best corner, is gone now. The Ravens are looking really thin, in my opinion, right now on both sides of the ball in a lot of positions. That's why I have them slightly lower than the Browns. The 5th best team in the NFL, in my opinion. And I think this is their year that they will produce. I don't know if AFC Championship is ready because I do have the thing that the Bills and the Chiefs are both better. But who knows? The Browns could definitely push for some greatness this season, leaning on their running game. At 4 is the Packers. Won't lose a beat if they still have Rodgers and Devontae Adams, both of which who I do not think will be members of the Green Bay Packers next season. But I feel like the Packers should almost bite the bullet now instead of waiting. But yeah, the Packers, they're gonna be great. They still have the best quarterback receiver duo in the league. Let's just hope that this is definitely the last dance though. So let's see where they go from here. At 3, I have the Buffalo Bills. Allen is going to have another MVP-like season. Diggs led the league in receiving yards and receptions, I believe, last season. He will also be great. The Bills are going to be great. I do worry about the Patriots, though. I also worry about the Chiefs' front 7. I really don't think it should be too bad, though. Their main issue in the Super Bowl was the O-line, and they fixed that. I don't have them above the Bucs just because of what the Bucs did to them last year. But I think that the Chiefs are potentially the better team. I do like the Bucs defense, though. I have the Bucs at number 1. They're returning all 22 starters from last season, playing today, and I have the Bucs at number 1. Hope you guys enjoyed that video of the NFL Power Rankings for Week 1. Don't forget to click that subscribe button to subscribe for more great content, and I will see you in the next video.